When I just entered elementary school at the age of 7, I was pretty intimidated. I was scared to go to school, new friends. I was eating lunch alone, having no clues how to make friends. I was too shy back then. I told my mom I don't want to go to school every morning in tears, and she didn't ask me anything, but instead she made a delicious breakfast every morning and walked me to the bus stop until I told her, "You don't need to anymore." I have 3 more siblings, so I can imagine how hard it was for her to manage her schedule in the morning. Breakfast brings back these memories. It cheered me up. Through food, I felt my mom's love. This is part of the reason why I value breakfast the most. Now I have become a mom, and every time I make some breakfast, it reminds me to nourish myself and my family. I wanted to do the same thing to my kids, allowing them to have some same feeling I had. It creates a sense of belongings. In today's video, I want to show you 3 breakfast ideas, including traditional Japanese breakfast and a healthy, easy breakfast dessert type of recipe, which can be made ahead of time, plus great for summer. So I hope you will enjoy it. Let's begin with a traditional Japanese breakfast composed with 1 rice, 1 soup, and 3 side dishes. We call it Ichiju Sansai in Japanese, and this is the philosophy I took over from my grandma and my mom. The night before, I made onigiri using leftover rice. Whenever I have a leftover rice, the options are freezing it or making fried rice or turning it into the porridge. I have fried rice and rice porridge video in case you're looking for more ideas. The link is in the description box. But today, one of my viewers told me to make onigiri using old rice. He said he particularly likes the texture, so I decided to give it a shot. Another meal prep I made was a miso eggplant stir fry. This is one from my vegan cookbook. This time I added fried tofu. Did you guys see my last video? I made a 15-minute stir-fry noodle recipe using this fried tofu. I still had a leftover, so I'm going to add this. And coming morning, I made some yaki onigiri. Yaki means grill in Japanese, and onigiri is a rice ball. Heat up the non-stick pan, place onigiri we made the night before. As it's warmed up, I smother some soy sauce and sesame oil. Flip and repeat the same process a couple of times until the outside is nice and crispy. By the way, I mixed some salt into the rice when I mold the triangle shape. You can also add your favorite filling inside if you want. In the meantime, it's time to assemble other dishes. Do you guys know this mekabu seaweed? It's pretty popular in Japan. It's very slimy like this. It usually comes with these dashi seasonings, and all you have to do is open the package and mix the seasoning together. Seaweed is a good source of fiber and minerals, so great for our gut health. Let me know if you have this mekabu seaweed in your area. Another side dish is a blanched spinach, sprinkling some bonito flakes on top, drizzle some soy sauce. And by the time yaki onigiri is ready, make a bit of shiso basil for the presentation purpose. This is just for the sake of the beauty. That is YouTube. For the soup, I quickly made homemade instant miso soup. Adding nori seaweed, spinach, dashi powder, and miso paste all together in a serving bowl. Then all that's left is pouring hot water over the top. Even if it's hot in summer, I love to drink some soup to satisfy myself. We are always living in the busy lives, but when we sip this hot miso soup, it physically slows me down. This traditional Japanese breakfast looks like it requires a lot of work, but if you break it down into each dish, it doesn't take much time. I always recommend starting with 1 soup, 1 rice, and 1 side dish if you want to try making Japanese breakfast in your kitchen. There are some ideas in my breakfast cookbook, so I hope that helps. The link is in the description box below.
Nori iru? Nori maku? Okay. ね。海苔巻いた方がうまい？ほんと、よかった。
アイスかな。アイスだ。
アイス、あ、硬い。ほら見て。
アイスだ。
おー。
On Wednesday, we go different directions. This week was so hot in Tokyo, so it discouraged me to spend time in the kitchen. I tried making some tofu tiramisu. Tiramisu? I don't know how to pronounce this with kids. Let me show you how. We begin by putting oats in the container, add strong coffee. Maybe espresso would be nice. It's not the best to give coffee to kids, so I don't recommend adding it if you're making it for kids. Maybe just a milk with a little bit of vanilla extract and cinnamon powder would be good. Let me know your suggestions on this. Let it sit in the fridge for 15 minutes or so. While it's chilling, we're gonna work on tofu cream. I have 150 grams of silken tofu, followed by 2 tablespoons of sugar, 2 teaspoons of lemon juice, 2 tablespoons of coconut oil, then mix well. Make sure the coconut oil is pourable like mine. This is a great activity getting kids involved in cooking. No heat, less mess are required. Yay! By the time your base is set, slice some banana into coins and decorate on top. Make sure it's evenly distributed. Then pour tofu cream on top. Let it sit in the fridge for at least 2 hours. I made it the night before. In the coming morning, you can see the tofu cream gets a bit firmer. Sprinkle some cocoa powder and kinako powder, which is a roasted soybean powder. I personally love the cocoa powder better, but kids liked it both. Just a heads up, as the time passes, the moisture from tofu will be released, so you will see the liquid accumulating at the bottom. If you don't want that to happen, you want to increase the amount of oats or reduce the amount of coffee by a third.
アイスだ。
アイス、あ、硬い。ほら見て。
アイスだ。
おー。
ねえ、ママいっぱい食べないで。アイスだ。これと。おいしい。
おいしい？おいしい？
おいしい。
おいしい。すごい、やった。
I'm someone not good at baking or making sweets like this, but this was super easy and something will satisfy your sweet tooth when you feel like munching on something. I highly recommend this. The recipe is on my website. A couple weeks ago, I bought this bag of frozen kiwi. My kids love kiwi, so I got this frozen one, but they didn't take it at all. They think it's weird taste. Now I have this whole bag of frozen kiwi sitting in my tiny freezer. I asked you guys what the best way of using up this frozen kiwi on Instagram. And lots of you guys told me to make some smoothies. So let's see if kids will like it.
Wow, すごい。ドロドロ。どう？上だってね、これどう？
今はいいけど、
美味しいよ。
葉っぱが入ってたから。
Maybe next time I will add more bananas to mask the flavor of vegetables. Thanks a lot to those who replied to my question on Instagram. I always love talking to you. This week was such a lazy week. I have a zero motivation for cooking. With that being said, on Friday, we just had a roasted sweet potatoes and yogurt. I roasted it the night before and kept it in the fridge. I actually love sweet potatoes to be cold. I excited to wake up because of this. Sometimes the simplest things are the most delicious ones. On yogurt, I added some blueberry and kinako powder, a bit of strawberry jam. Even though it's simple, sweet potato is a good source of carbs, vitamins, and fibers. I also make sure to have a probiotics and protein from yogurt. I always try to keep in mind to have a balance of carbs, protein, and fats, as well as fermented food and vegetable with minimum effort. That's the point. I'll be taking a break next week since I have a new project going on and taking more time than I anticipated originally. And also, I'm looking for a video editor to work with me. If you are the one or know anyone, DM me through contact form on my website. Thanks a lot for watching. Take care until next time. またね。バイバイ。